Hey Scrappy friends, welcome back. Today is another 12 days of Christmas and also Woodgrain and Winter. So Woodgrain and Winter is Sunday, Wednesday, Friday throughout December. You can use anything wintry, Christmas, and then there's 12 days of Christmas, which is the 1st to the 12th. So I'm joining in both hops. Now I'm going to be using the Vicki Boutin Peppermint and Kisses collection here. Again, sorry, squeaky chair. So back to using that. Loving this collection, and the background on my desk there's a little different because I actually recorded this at the Warrington crop organised by Sarah, who owns Hey Little Magpie. So yeah, was scrapping away whilst chatting at the crop last Saturday. Pictures are still from 2014, so this is Christmas Eve baking with the girls back when, you know, they were still quite little. I'm just showing you there that I'm using a December page maps, so kind of inspired by that, and then kind of goes off piste a little bit. Love this kind of candy cane paper. I do end up trimming down the wood grain background to not use the whole piece because I'm actually starting to get low on wood grain, can you believe it? So this banner piece from the papier set, I do just rip that so that I've got a bit below and above the photo because it wasn't quite long enough for how I wanted to use it. And now just trimming down this poinsettia piece. I do use a few scraps on this page, so there's some like bright green pieces that I do use, so I auditioned this darker green piece to begin with, but with the dark greens in the poinsettia paper, I just feel it's kind of lost, so I do go looking in a moment at the other scraps that I've pulled out. So here I am. What I do is I put the adhesive along the bit of the top piece of paper that's going to be joining with the wood grain, so it's all lined up to the edge of the 12 by 12, and then cut away what you won't see of the wood grain from underneath so that you still end up with a full 12 by 12. It's just easier than messing about and measuring to stick it all back together. So here we go. This is from the 6 by 8 pad. So 6 by 8 pad has some slightly different patterns from the 12 by 12, and it's got this really nice plaid and these brighter greens in there, so I choose this piece. Now I do stick this down a little bit further over, so after I've stuck it all down I do end up pulling it up and moving it over slightly, because I do decide that when I place the photo back on top that it has all come over a little bit farther than I would like it to. So yeah, I can stick it all down first, and then when I go to stick the photo I realise actually I'm not happy with how far it's come all over. So just lifting that back up there just to get the banner piece under. So yeah, when I'd originally started popping everything down before I stuck it, the photo wasn't all the way over. The poinsettia paper and the brighter green was out to the right of the photo, which I realised when I start sticking the photo down. So I'm not going to make you watch me pull everything up. I do pull it up and just move it over again slightly just to make the photo a little bit more central. And then just looking here, I was actually looking for a journal card and I noticed this sentiment piece that I really liked. It says, I think it just says Merry Christmas actually, and just using my crocodile there to trim, Christmas memory, that was it, to trim the corners in so it's the same shape as the panel, and then I'm just going through all the ephemera that's in my big really useful box that I have this collection in, just going through everything just to choose what I want to use on the layout. I don't use everything that I've pulled out. I actually don't use very much of what I pulled out there because I use quite a few of them on a different layout actually later in the day. So yeah, and I do end up moving that Christmas memory as well. So just trimming these banner pieces apart I must say that some of the collections, they were perforated and you pulled them apart, and I didn't like that because I didn't like the finish. And I ended up trimming them off anyway, so I like that these aren't pre-perforated. So just adding, that's one of the acetate paper clips there, and seeing as we're baking, I thought the gingerbread person was quite fitting to add, and then a label where my date is going to end up going. I like the fact that the gingerbread person extends the page up a little bit on the top right there. Then I felt that ornament, I couldn't think of the word then, going down on the bottom left, kind of balanced that out a little. So this is the bit when I wandered off and had a look along the Hey Little Magpie shop and bought some more waxes and this red American seam binding. Sarah's husband was popping to the crop to drop something else in, and I'd forgot all my wax seal stuff, so he's brought Sarah's wax stamp heads with him and her things for melting, a furnace and everything. You'll see it in a minute, because I wanted to, sorry about that, I wanted to add a wax seal, some wax seals is something else that I end up not doing, which I had something in mind for the wax seal, and yeah, I end up making some wax seals for some of the layouts and then not doing the layout that I'd asked if Sarah's husband could bring the things with him when he came, and or said yes when Sarah offered to have him bring the things with him. So just sticking these bits down now, and then once I'm happy with those placements, I'm going to get to making some wax seals. You've seen me do this before if you've watched a few videos. Oh, I'm going to add the ribbon now, actually, first of all. So this is American seam binding. It's all pre-crushed, so it looks really great. I do hold it in my hands for a little bit longer, so I want it a little bit more ruffled up. Now, this is the whole me not liking naked holes. And I couldn't think what else to put in that. I'm really sorry. I've got this cold. I really should stop sniffing up because I'm sure it sounds absolutely awful. So yeah, I'm just ruffling the seam binding up there and placing it so it's running along the back of the banner, and one of the holes where it's coming out, I'm covered up with that gingerbread person, and then the other side I'm going to have it kind of tucked kind of under the photos. I do mess about with it quite a bit until I'm happy with where it is. I add a bit of the adhesive so that I can, make it go where I want it instead of just have it naturally like falling down. So once I'm happy, I kind of leave it alone. I am gonna in a minute start doing some seals. Just going through these now with the looking for a title, then decide actually just leave it with that Yummy Treats banner. So here we go. I am just deciding on a seal. These are Sarah's pot of seals. I decided to go with this really lovely Merry Christmas one. So just get everything set up now. And then I shall get to melting some wax. So of this wax, this bead collection is called Seeing Red, and I'm just using a red that I think goes nicely with those papers. Oh, squeaky chair. And then add one of the other more pearlescent, slightly darker ones in. So I've done that with 4 beads. I've then added in, I've added a different 3, or the same, 2 of the same, and then a darker one into the furnace and make another seal. This, because there's some wax already in there, gives a slightly bigger edge around it, but I still do only add 3 in, so there's some, the 4 on the first one and then 3 added 2. I do make another seal there, and the little tied in a bow seal, I've done what I do with cleaning the spoon out, where I've just poured as much as I could onto the mat and used the 15mm stamp. I do go through all the papier, I don't know what that's called. We all call it something different from what, and different every time we say it from what I've heard from other people. Just having a play about here with some other pieces from that set. Do decide in the end actually not to add any, but I do need a journaling spot, so I cut the bottom off this big tag, which says something about traditions. So yeah, that's kind of because it is a tradition. You know, we're going to be doing it again this year. They have confirmed it's not being me being sentimental, that they like doing it. Just need to organise where this year, because Emma, whose house we did it at last year, has baby due any day. Well, 1st of January, so we I don't think it'd be fair to do it at her house this year, so we just need to organise where we're baking this year. So yeah, just messing about getting everything back in there. There is loads cut out of this video, by the way, because all the times I stopped to chat with the people sat around me. I am nearly done now, so I'm just gonna wrap up that. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you again next time. Thanks. Bye bye.